Hello, and welcome to Belonging Through AI Literacy, Transforming Student Success. My name is Crisi Bennett. I'm healthcare faculty at Bryan University, and I'm honored to be here today for the University of Arizona Global Campus 2025 Teaching and Learning Conference. In this session, rather than focus on AI processes, we'll explore how AI literacy initiatives can enhance student success by fostering engagement, confidence, and a true sense of belonging. Thank you. In this session, we'll cover 6 key areas. Why belonging is so essential for student persistence, what AI literacy means in higher education today, real-world student journeys through 3 scenario-based stories, practical strategies you can implement immediately, ethical challenges to anticipate and address, and how AI literacy prepares students for future academic and career success. And then we'll wrap up with some key takeaways and resources that you can apply right away in your current practice. To begin, let's talk a little bit about where we are right now. According to the 2025 Hanover Report on Trends in Higher Education, 37% of Americans do not believe that colleges teach relevant skills for the workforce. 39% of workers are predicted to be displaced or disrupted by technology by 2030. And 1 in 7 provosts say their institutions are looking at curriculum as it relates to the use of AI in the workforce. 1 in 4 undergraduates are at risk for non-completion. These are some pretty scary statistics, and we need to think of reasonable ways to address them. So you may be wondering, why does belonging matter? One of the strongest predictors of student success in college is belonging. Research shows that students who report a strong sense of belonging are more than twice as likely to persist and complete their degree. But belonging doesn't just happen by chance, especially in online or hybrid environments. As educators, we must intentionally design for belonging. When students feel connected, they become more engaged. They perform better academically and demonstrate higher motivation and persistence. They are also more likely to seek help and report better mental health than their peers. And that's where AI literacy comes in, not just as a technical skill, but as a tool for inclusion, empowerment, and student confidence. These are all tools that we can give them by introducing them to AI literacy on campus. So how do we get from AI to belonging? Well, it starts as a culture shift in the way that we approach learning and our understanding of AI and its potential impact on students, not just academically, but socially and psychologically as well. We do this through timely and relevant feedback, flexible learning environments that are tailored to individual student needs, and real-time progress monitoring. AI can help to build student confidence, encourage creativity, and increase motivation to learn. Immersive, experiential learning with tools such as augmented reality can not only allow students to have a deeper understanding of complex concepts, but also allows them to collaborate with others in true-to-life scenarios that encourage creativity and stimulate critical thinking. Allowing students the opportunity to partner with AI for a more personalized learning experience has shown to enhance intrinsic motivation and increase self-reported satisfaction rates, according to a national survey of student engagement, with a 63% of students reporting higher satisfaction rates than those following traditional learning techniques in their educational programs. Engaged students are successful students, and AI is helping them get there. AI literacy includes 4 core elements. The first is understanding how AI works at a basic level. What are the tools we're using and how do they function? The second is evaluating AI outputs critically, recognizing when something is inaccurate or biased. AI is only as strong as the algorithms that are put into it. The third is using AI ethically, protecting privacy and avoiding misuse. And finally, the fourth is applying AI in both academic and career settings, We have to make sure that students are prepared to make the transition from their academic life into the workforce. These skills empower students to use AI responsibly and build the confidence to fully engage in their learning. To cultivate this mindset, faculty must first build their own confidence. That starts with exploring the tools available, understanding how they function, and developing clear action plans for when challenges arise. Once we establish transparency and consistency, we can model ethical AI use and integrate it meaningfully into our classrooms. So we're going to look at 3 scenarios of how that could look in the class and what that might be able to translate into. For our first scenario, we're going to look at Maya. Maya is a first-generation psychology and family counseling major. She's nervous about her first research paper, as English is not her strongest subject, and she often feels behind her fellow students. Her first drafts have come back with a lot of feedback about her mistakes, and this only discourages her more. Her professor introduces an AI writing assistant. Now, this is not designed to write for her, but instead to give her specific formative feedback. This tool highlights that her thesis is strong, but her topic sentences need more clarity. It flags inconsistent citations and notes that don't fit with APA formatting, and it notes that her analysis is insightful, but it could flow better. With this feedback, Maya can see her strengths and her weaknesses more clearly. She's able to revise her paper in real time, confident in what she's done well and her areas of opportunity. So when she submits her final draft, she not only improves her grade, but she feels more confident that she is capable and that she belongs in college. So what's the lesson here? AI literacy isn't just about perfecting grammar. It's about building student confidence and persistence, which leads to that sense that they are on the right path and the increased likelihood that they're going to complete their journey. Our next example of how AI can intercede and create a sense of belonging features 3 students, Friedrich, Sarah, and Ramon. They're working on a group project. Now, Friedrich is an international student and he struggles with English expression. Sarah's a single parent balancing full-time work and school, and Ramon is hearing impaired and he often feels left out during group collaboration. Their professor introduces an AI collaboration tool, actually several. One is Microsoft Copilot, and that's for real-time transcription and translation, and a Miro AI for visual brainstorming. Now, Friedrich can communicate ideas freely using Translator. Sarah can contribute asynchronously to fit her own schedule, and Ramon can fully engage in group discussions using that real-time transcription. The group finishes their project successfully, and every member feels that their voice mattered. They also gain valuable teamwork and communication skills for the workforce. This is an example of what AI literacy looks like when it's inclusive. Everyone has a seat at the table. Let's look at one more example of how AI tools can promote a sense of belonging. This is the case of John. John is a working parent that's struggling to find and afford childcare while balancing full-time work and his education. By midterm, he's missed 2 discussion boards and a quiz. His grade is dropping, and he's feeling very discouraged and thinking of withdrawing. Now, in the past, he could have slipped through the cracks, quietly withdrawn, and felt like he failed. In this case, however, the university is piloting a predictive AI dashboard. The dashboard notices John's pattern of inactivity and sends an automated message to John saying, "Hey, we noticed you haven't logged in lately. Can we help?" At the same time, a notice is sent automatically to both John's instructor and his success coach. Each of them reach out personally, and John has the opportunity to share his challenges and how his childcare issues are making completing his work difficultly. Together, they work as a team and create a short extension plan to help John feel supported and get back on track. Instead of withdrawing, John's able to finish the term. Maybe not with the grade he hoped for, but a victory and a strong foundation for moving forward. So this story is another example of how responsible use of AI in student support can literally change the course of a learner's journey. Implementing these tools at the very onset can catch students before they fall through the cracks. So where do we start? How do we bring these outcomes into our own classrooms? Here are 5 practical strategies. First, collaborate across departments. Partner with the library, career services, and other academic support teams to embed AI-driven skill building into your curriculum. Then scaffold reflection. So have students critique AI outputs for accuracy or bias. For example, use AI to summarize this article and then identify the errors. Encourage feedback loops for your students. Let students use AI tools for early feedback. Submit the prompt they used at the tool they used, and then have them reflect on how it helped them revise and improve. What was the feedback they received and what did they do with it? You can have them create collaborative AI projects. Have students use AI to brainstorm ideas and then evaluate and refine them together. Have them discuss, do they feel that the ideas from AI were beneficial or not? Did they like them better than the group, or did they decide to just go with the group ideas? Why or why not? And then finally, establish transparency and policy early on, understanding that as AI changes, those policies might need to change as well. Clearly communicate acceptable AI use in your syllabus to help students learn ethical practices that they can also carry into the workforce. Each of these strategies promote both learning and a strong sense of belonging. Additional tools that you can implement now for academic success with AI and a sense of belonging are career readiness support tools. These can analyze market trends, suggest skills development, internships, certifications, and other career path enhancements to get students ready for the workforce and feel that you're working as a team to prepare them. You can implement AI-driven chatbots for proactive engagement with students. You can use personalized learning pathways. For example, AI-suggested video tutorials or supplementary material with adjustment to the difficulty level of assignments based on the student performance. You can also use AI-based writing assistants, as we suggested earlier, which provides spelling, grammar, tone, and structural suggestions and can be trained to industry-specific language. So, for example, the specific language used for healthcare or financial areas or tech industries. As we consider AI literacy in higher education, it's also important to acknowledge that some challenges exist that can impact student belonging. The most obvious may be reduced human interaction. Over-reliance on AI can reduce human interaction, making it harder for students to develop communication and social skills. Another challenge can be anxiety from data privacy concerns. AI systems often collect a lot of data to personalize learning, and some students and even staff may feel uneasy about surveillance and control over their personal information or the risk of data breaches. Other concerns include the potential to widen digital inequities, and students who don't have access to advanced AI tools or who lack the digital literacy to use them effectively can fall behind. This gap can affect their sense of belonging and their feeling of opportunity within the university. There's also the potential of erosion of trust and ethical concerns. AI can generate biased or inaccurate information, and there's always the risk that it could facilitate academic misconduct. These issues can make students question the authenticity of their learning and reduce their trust in the educational process. It's important that we acknowledge that and address it. Overuse of AI can also have an impact on critical thinking. Over-reliance of AI for complex tasks may prevent students from fully developing essential problem-solving and critical thinking skills, and these skills are key to feeling confident and engaged in their learning. We all know that feeling of success when you've been working on a problem and suddenly you're able to solve it. By relying on AI to solve those problems, you never get to that feeling, and that confidence fails to build. Even faculty can feel the strain as automation reshapes their job roles. This can affect morale and indirectly the student experience as well. Now, these challenges don't mean AI is harmful, but they do serve to remind us that thoughtful, ethical AI implementation is critical to ensuring that AI literacy enhances rather than undermines belonging. Given these challenges, our role as faculty, instructional designers, and student support staff becomes even more critical. We're the guides that help students navigate AI responsibly and ethically while preserving a sense of belonging. So how do we do that? Well, first, we need to foster human connection. So even when AI tools are integrated into coursework, we can create structured opportunities for students to interact with peers and instructors. This could be through discussion boards, synchronous meetings, or group projects, even our office meeting times. We also need to address data and privacy concerns proactively. So clearly communicate what data is collected, how it's used, and the safeguards that are in place, and update those as the technology changes. Transparency reduces anxiety and helps to build trust. We need to reduce inequities in access and literacy, provide alternatives for students who may lack AI tools or experience, and offer training sessions or tutorials to level that playing field. We need to maintain ethical standards and build trust by teaching and encouraging students to critically evaluate AI outputs, to recognize bias, and to use the tools to support, not replace, their own learning. This reinforces the authenticity of their educational experience, and it's important to promote critical thinking. Assign activities that require students to interpret, to question, to improve upon the AI-generated suggestions. This ensures that they continue to develop those essential problem-solving skills. And when they use a tool, have them include the tool that they used, the prompt that they asked, the feedback they got back, so that you're seeing that evolution of the conversation. And finally, support colleagues and staff. Recognize that automation can create stress, and collaborate to maintain a supportive, human-centered environment. A confident and well-trained and well-supported faculty translates into stronger student relationships and a more inclusive learning space. Looking forward, students need more than just technical competence. They need adaptability, ethical judgment, and confidence. A recent Forbes study identified AI literacy as the #1 skill employers want in 2025. Yet many job seekers don't even list it on their resume. This shows a gap between what employers value and what students demonstrate. Through AI literacy, we can help students to build adaptability by learning to evolve with new tools. We can strengthen critical thinking by questioning AI outputs. We can help them to develop digital fluency by using AI ethically and effectively. And finally, we can foster belonging and confidence through mastery and self-trust. By teaching these skills, we prepare students for both academic and career success while reinforcing their sense of inclusion and purpose. As we wrap up, let's review the key takeaways from today's session. First, AI literacy is about empowerment. It gives students ownership of their learning and confidence in their abilities. Teaching students to understand, critique, and apply AI responsibly. Personalized AI fosters inclusion. Feedback tools and early alerts help students feel seen, recognized, and supported. Faculty strategies matter. They are what makes AI effective. Transparent policies, reflective practice, and collaboration bring AI to life in ethical ways. Finally, ethics sustain trust. Addressing bias and privacy ensures AI enhances and doesn't undermine community and belonging. Together, these principles show that AI literacy isn't just about the technical skills. It's a pathway to becoming more inclusive, more connected, and having a more successful student experience. Before we close today, I'd ask that you just take a moment to reflect. Where are you in your own teaching? Where in your teaching could AI literacy strengthen engagement and belonging? Maybe it's through AI feedback on a writing task, inclusive collaboration in group projects, or predictive analytics that support struggling learners. Even small intentional steps can make a big impact on confidence, inclusion, and student success, and all of these impact student persistence. Think of one way you can integrate AI this semester to create a more connected and empowered learning experience. And then, if you're comfortable, share your ideas. We're all in this together. Thank you for lending me your time and attention. For questions, please contact me at crisi.bennett@gmail.com. I appreciate you.